Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if you're new. I'm racheysims, and today I'm sharing my long-awaited Notion tracker for rotational gameplay. I'll be walking you through how to use this tracker to keep track of your households and city finances, keeping your forever saving gameplay organized. Let's take a look. All right, everyone, here is the Notion tracker. So you're going to click the link and it'll bring you up to here. And now you're going to want to add it to your own Notion account. So you click duplicate, and then you will add it to your own Notion account. So I'm gonna click add to private. Okay, so then you'll get a pop-up like this saying your template is ready and it's been added to your workspace. So you click here to see the template. So now you can see it's in my private and it is the one I'm working on right here. So now that you have the tracker saved, I'm just going to go over how the tracker is, and then I will also be updating it with my own information later as well. But first, let me give you a little tour. Okay, so this is like the cover page, so you could put any image here, but it's just the name of the challenge, and we have the name of the challenge here, and that it's a template. So over here are all quick links to different rules, different things that you might need to track here as well. So if we click here on challenge rules, we will get this page, and if you click on here, it will bring you to the rotational gameplay guide, so you can read here all the rules, and this is just a great place to have it if you just need to reference anything back on the guide. And then you just click back over here on this tab. I'm going to close out the guide because we don't need it anymore. If you click back here and go back, you'll be brought back to your home page. For here is playable sims and townies. So we do have a goal of interacting with townies, and when you have that unlocked, you can check here. And then this is all the information about playable sims and townies. So about their romantic relationships, their townie funds and moving in, how to earn new playable sims as well. So we have all that information right here. Quick start guide is right here, and these are your quick start things that you need to do when getting started. So how to start the save file from scratch, what to check off right here, and then you can just check off these things as you do them, so you know that you've done them. Your gameplay goals, so each time you're playing a household, you can go here and kind of check off each thing as you do it as well. We have information here about making money and taxes, and then we have some miscellaneous information right here. So for those of you who've played this challenge before, if you use the Google Sheet, this is a lot of that information is from here. Miscellaneous fees and taxes, you click here. So this basically kind of gives you the different fees and taxes that you can incorporate into your game. So we have some that are required. We have some that are required if you don't have mods, and then we have some optional as well. And these are color coded if you want to implement these into your game. You can go right here to reference all those miscellaneous fees and taxes that you'll want to keep track of. So that is all right here. Utilities and services unlocked. So here is where you're going to keep track of what utilities and services you have unlocked. So if you just check off the check box right here as you unlock everything, you will be able to keep track of what you've unlocked and what you haven't in your town. So this comes in real handy, and as well as you'll see how you unlock it as well. We do have this little section right here to required lot or sim. So is it a store? Like, does it require the electronic store to unlock it, or does it require like an actual sim? So that information is all right here. The world's unlocked. So this is where you have information on what you need to do to unlock a new world. That's all right here. And then you can also just check it here as well once you've done it, if you would like. You'll definitely want to keep track of your shopping district when that is unlocked by clicking here, and when your university world is unlocked here too as well. The new world you don't really need to keep track of though. Careers unlocked. So this is where you're going to keep track of all the careers and how to unlock them. You're going to keep track of all of that right here. So let's say we have a sim that wants to be a conservationist environmental manager. So the town hall has to be 5 stars before that can be unlocked. Once your town hall reaches 5 stars, you can go here and click here. So now you know that that career is unlocked. And this is just a great way to keep track of all of the careers in your town that you have unlocked. You just check it here. It's really easy. And then you can see easily what you have unlocked in your game. And then your calendar. So this is where I basically keep track of holidays in my game. But as you're playing, this is a great way to keep track of what household you're playing. So I would definitely mark that here. So like if you're playing the Tanakas, Sunday through Wednesday, you just put Tanaka around here. And then the next household was Carmen's, the Garcia household. You can put that Thursday through Saturday here, and then you remember to who you which household you're playing. So that's a great way. If there's certain things you want to do, if you want to have a birthday party one day, if you want to have a wedding, if you want to have an engagement party, if you just want to have a house party, baby shower, stuff like that, you can keep track of all of that right here so you don't forget to do it. So this is just made to easily be entered in and deleted as you're playing. All right, so this section is the individual sim. So I do have our famous founding couple, Veronica and Kenji. They are here. So as you can see, I've kind of populated some information here with them already. So when you guys use this template, you can delete it, but I wanted to give you guys examples. So if I click here and we just do this to make it full page, you will see some information about him. And if you click here, there's 7 more properties as well. So that brings up all the information that we have about Kenji. So he's in the Tanaka household. And if you click on that, that'll bring you to the household page, which I'll show you that after we go over this. But our city is Willow Creek. He is a young adult. He's a male. He's our founder. We have all this information right here. We have his sexual orientation is straight. I don't have him in a career industry yet because he's not in the EA career, but he does have a career. He's a small business owner, so I have that here. His business owned is an electronics store. I have his traits here. His childhood traits I have empty, as well as his child teen traits. This is more for the Sims that are born in game. So that is empty. We have his aspiration as a master maker. And if he completed any aspirations, I would keep track of that here. Well, we have that his hobby is woodworking. And then I have his favorite colors and style, which are blue and black, and that he's kind of preppy. So that is his favorite colors. Down here is our feature photo. So if we put a picture here, it will be the feature photo that is on our main page. So that is here. I have his biography that I wrote here. So this is a great way just to look back at, just to remember kind of where he's coming from. And this will help you with decision making for your sim. And then for notes, I can write out any notes here, right? Like, does he want to propose to Veronica in the next round? I can write that here. Anything that I want to do when I'm playing, or things I want to remember, I can kind of keep track of that here. I can also add more photos if I want to keep track of that here as well. So that is kind of how that page looks like. I'm going to go back. And Veronica's is similar, so I'm not going to show you guys all of that, but that's all her information. And then we have her featured photo. Then we have her biography, and then any notes would go here. So these are basically kind of to show you how to set it up. And then when you want to do your own, you just click new page here. Now, if there was something on the template you wanted to edit, if you click this arrow here, new sim, you click here and edit this template. You'll go here and you're editing the actual template. So if there was any other properties like over here that you want to add, you can do that here. But this will edit the whole entire template. So just make sure you know that. If there's anything in particular that I wanted to edit about Veronica, I would just go here to edit it. Like if I just wanted to add like a custom trait, right? I would do that, and I'll show you guys how to do that as I go over how to input the data that you have for your save file in here. All right, so the next section is household. So when we went over here, we saw that his household was Tanaka. So that is actually this page right here. So if you click on it from here, it brings up the Tanaka household. So this is a great way to keep track of what rotation and round you're on as you're playing. If they have any pets, you can add that here. The gross income, this is so you can keep track of the income that you're earning as you're playing. All right, this is days played. So this is the days I last played them, Thursday through Saturday is there. So we have that here, and then you just click on here to change it. Income tax payment. I'll kind of go over how that works later. But your household biography, you can have that here. But the featured photo would go here, and that's the photo that's gonna be on the main page of your couple. So make a cute couple photo for sure. And then for the home, so I took a picture of their home and I added it here, and then I put the address there too. So this will be nice too, like if they move, right? Like Veronica moved earlier. I could put a picture of her old house and be like, Veronica's first house was here. And I could kind of keep track of that, right? And for memory keeping. So that is right there. Taxes. So a big part of this challenge is keeping track of taxes. So I have created this where you can keep track of your Sims income. So for this household, they made 2,196 simoleons from work on a Thursday. So their round was Thursday through Saturday, right? So that's the only day they worked and made income. So that is all they made. So the rest of the days are 0. But all you do is go here and enter in how much money they made, and it'll total it down here. All right, so let's say they made an additional $1,000. I would just put that here. So you would enter it here, and this would total it over here. And then it also totals it down here. So it totals your total work income. Let's say we earned some money from interest. We earned on, let's say Saturday, we got an interest payment of $100. That would go here. And then it would total up your total bank interest here. And then this column would total up your income from your work and your interest. It would total all that here. And it totals up how much taxes you owe right here. 330 simoleons would be how much your tax payment would be. And then I could go back up here. They made 3,296, and I could change that here. This is, you just enter it in, so you could just type in how much that was. How much was that? 3,296. So I go back up here, change that to 3,296, and that's how much they earned. But yeah, so this is what you owe in taxes right here. So it makes doing your tax payment really simple and easy for you guys, just as easy as the spreadsheet. But that is the whole household section. And you see right here we have the income tax payment. If you click that, um, you can put in what the tax payment is there. So what was our tax payment? Our tax payment was $330. So we click this, and then we change our tax payment to $330. And then we have a document of how much we paid in taxes here. Okay, so if we go back, all right, so if we go to town finances, this is the next section. So treasury, this is our town's treasury. This is the name of our world. So if you wanted to change your name to something else, you can do that here. So your land purchases. So each of these pictures here, each of these icons, you can click on and that'll bring up a different section. Right here is just your town treasury, how much you have in your treasury. Here is the land purchases and donations. So anytime anybody buys a lot, a business lot, something like that, you would put that here. So if I wanted to add a lot cost here, I would just add in, let's say we're going to add in Garcia land cost. And then we're going to put the expense down. I can't remember how much it was. We'll just say 2,000. And then for city, we just have one city. It's Willow Creek. It is here. And then you can keep track of your land purchases and donations and all of that here. And then it also sums it up down here as well. Town owned lots. So this is where you keep track of anything owned by the town. So our power plant and water tower is here. And the city's here. So let's say we bought a school. Let's say we bought an elementary school. We would just add that here. It's very similar to the last page. You put how much it costs. We'll say it costs $150. And then the city it's in is Willow Creek. Willow Creek. That is the city it's in. So there you have it here, and that's how much is owned by the town and how much it costs is down there. All right, so here is the resident taxes. So if you go here, Tanaka Round 1 taxes are here, $330. And if we go back here to our households and scroll down, you'll see $330 was our income taxes that we owed. So let's see if I change it here. Let's change our taxes. Let's change it to, we made 5,000 here, and we made 1,000, and we made 1,000 in bank interest. So we made 7,000. Our income taxes owed are 700. So then if I go here and put the tax amount of 700 here, the tax payment, you'll want to make sure you do that. And then if I go back to the main page, you'll see that our taxes are here. So it'll automatically add it here for you. You just have to remember to do it from your household screen. But yeah, I think this is really cool. Hopefully this makes finances a little easier. You have all these different sections and they're all kind of separated from each other as well. All right, and down here we have our town stats. So this is where you would keep track of how many playable sims you have, how many households, businesses, all of that stuff you would keep track of here. How many burglaries and fires, you just put in that here. Let's say we had 3 fires, you just change it here and you just keep track of it. Yeah, all of these little fields you just keep track of. If there's anything else that you guys want to add, you can do it down below as well. But like we have our level 5 businesses, how many of those we have, government business, play your own lot, keep track of that here. Your community lot wish list is just for you to type out how much, what community lot is next that you want to add to your town. You would add that here. Your businesses that you want to add, you would add that here. Yeah, this just helps you kind of plan for the future of your town. But yeah, so that is an overview of the Notion. I kind of did end up filling in some things. But yeah, so I'm gonna walk you through me moving my data that I have from my spreadsheet over here, so you kind of can see it even more, especially if you've never used Notion before. You get a better idea of how to use it. All right, so now I'm gonna move all my data from my spreadsheet over here. So I am gonna first add in more Sims. So to add in a new Sim, you just click here for new page. So the first thing I like to do is I like to add the image. So to add that, you just click here, and you make this, what is this, a hyphen? What is this called? A backslash. You put the backslash there. You put the backslash there, and then you type in image, and then you can pull up an image. So I'm gonna upload a file. So I'm going to go to my Notion folder, and I'm gonna add our little baby Amelia there that we have. Our little inborn babies here. If I had a bio for her, I would add it here, but I don't, so I'm gonna keep it blank. But here, if I click on household, we see that we have the Tanaka household already set her up. So when you're adding a sim to a household, you just click a household that's already set up, you click that. All right, so this pulled up the Tanaka household, so we want to get out of that. And that's kind of why I like to start with the baby. And you can see here the image is a little weird. So I think if you click here, reposition, you can reposition her, pushing her down a little bit more. Okay, that looks better. So if we click back here on her, now I'm gonna start with her name. Her name is Amelia Tanaka. All right, and then her city is Willow Creek. Her age is a newborn, and you saw there's a big list of different ages. Her gender is female. All right, and then if I click here, 9 more properties, it'll pull down everything. So her role, she would be Gen 2, so I'm gonna add that there. We don't know like any of this stuff yet because she's still a newborn baby. So we can keep all of that blank. But yeah, so that's it for her. Now I'm gonna click out of that, and you can see here we have Amelia. All right, so let me add in Carmen. All right, we're gonna add Carmen Garcia in next. Let me add her featured photo. I'm gonna do the backslash image again. And then you click here for upload. So there is her picture. All right, and then her household, it is a new household, so we will hold that and do that later. So I'll do Carmen first, and then we'll go in and create the household so you can see that. But the city is Willow Creek. The age is young adult. Her gender is female. Her role is she's a founder. Her sexual orientation is straight. We can keep this career industry career title. She's a small business owner. All right, so for her traits, let me see what her traits are. She is a music lover, and these are in alphabetical order. You can just scroll and find them. Music lover is one. Oh no, that's Grayson. Let me look at the right one. All right, so Carmen is creative. So I'm gonna scroll here and click there for creative. She is outgoing, and this is all in alphabetical order. She is cheerful. She is a baker, and that is a custom one, so I'm gonna skip that for now. Hedonistic, that's also custom. She is romantic. And then she is also a foodie. So we have that. Okay. All right. So how do you add custom traits? So if you click on this over here, you can go to edit property. And then I want to go click this plus sign to add a custom trait. So, she had baker was one of hers. And then you just hit enter. And then hedonistic was another one. And then you hit enter. All right. So now if I click here, you'll see baker's here and it'll automatically make this a color. Um, but if you don't want that, if you click that and go to default, it'll change it. And then hedonistic, but this is a great way too to see your custom traits. So you might want to keep those as different colors. But if you click that, we can make it the default color. And then if we just click here, it'll add it up there. So that is how you add custom traits to this. So you can do it at the individual sim level, or if you wanted to edit the template and add them, you can add it there. All right. She does not have any childhood traits or child teen aspirations, and then her aspiration was. All right, her aspiration was fabulously wealthy. So you can add that here. She doesn't have any completed aspirations. Her hobby, we would say it's baking, right? So we can just type that in here. Um, should I say baking slash seducing? Seducing people. We can have that here too if we want. All right. So those are her hobbies. And then her favorite color and style. Her favorite colors are orange, red, yellow, and then her style is boho. All right, and that is Carmen. I can add her bio. So I have a short bio for her on my spreadsheet, so I'm just gonna add that here. Um, this is what her short bio says. With a whisk in one hand and big dreams in the other, Carmen is determined to open Willow Creek's first bakery cafe. Sweet, social, and secretly ambitious, she's baking her way to the top one cupcake at a time. So that is her short bio. I do have a longer bio for her too that I could add as well, but I'm just gonna add this for now. Okay. So that's Carmen. So now let's create her household. So I'm gonna click here for new page. It's the same as up top when you're adding a new sim. You do the same thing for adding a new household. You just click here. All right, we're gonna pick our city. It's gonna be Willow Creek, of course, and our member. So now it has everyone we have created as individual sims. So we're gonna click here to add Carmen as a member. And then if we click down here, it'll show more items. And let me make this bigger, guys, so you guys can see better. All right. We don't have any pets. Gross income, we could ignore that. The days played. What days did we last play Carmen? Last played Carmen Thursday through Saturday. So I'll just put that here. All right, so let's go back to add an image. So this is their household. And then we can also add a picture of her home. So let's do that. Image again, / image. I don't remember what the address is, but I can add that later. But we have a nice little picture of her house. Isn't it cute? All right, and then let's look at my tax tracker from my spreadsheet. Okay, so Carmen hasn't paid any taxes, so we don't need to add that here. Yeah, so we can skip that. All right, but yeah, we have that household. Oh, I did forget to name it, so let me name it to Garcia household. All right. Let me look at my town treasury. So I'm at a deficit of 23,047, so that stays the same. I can add in the different land costs here. So let me do that so you guys can see that. So I have Rochester at 2,000. I have Tanaka at 1,500. And then I have Garcia. Her lot actually did cost 2,000, so I did that one already. So let's do Lucas Olson's land. Olson land cost. And then his land costs 2,000. And then that is Willow Creek. So we can just click that. And then I don't need that page. Okay. So let's do that. Okay, so now I want to also add in the business fees that we've paid so far. So we're gonna title this Olson Business Registration Fee is $750. And that is Willow Creek. So if you guys don't remember what the different fees are that you want to keep track of, if you just scroll up here and you click on miscellaneous fees and taxes, that brings up all the required with no mods and optional fees that you can keep track of. So that's really handy. So, and then you just go back here. But yeah, so this is really easy to add in, like the land costs and different fees that you want to keep track of. You just do that here. All right, so all my land and business fees I have are right here. So if I go here to town-owned lots, I have my power plant and water plant here. My elementary school, I just made that up just show you guys how to do that. So we can just delete that. So if you accidentally add something and you want to delete it, you just click over here, and delete, and it'll delete that. So now if we go to resident taxes, you'll see we have the Tanaka's taxes from earlier. So let me go in and add in their taxes, correct their taxes. So I'm just going to go back here to households, and that's where you are going to manage the taxes because it makes sense, right? In the real life, you file your taxes as a household, as a married couple, as partners, you file it as that way. So that is why it is on this page. All right, so let's go back down to the household income and let me look to see what their taxes are. All right, so it was $2,196 what I had originally. So I'm just gonna change it back. All right, and then I'm just gonna zero these out of the other stuff that I added. Okay, so now we see their tax payment is $220. And something that's on here too is it'll auto up it because there's no sense in I think their actual tax payment should be $219.60. And you just I set it up so it's auto rounded up to a even number and it doesn't have any cents there at the amount owed. So if I go over here to income tax owed is 220, I want to make sure I change it on here for their round one taxes. I want to change that to 220 here. Alright guys, so I have added the rest of the town sims to the game. So there was a couple of things I noticed as I was adding them that I wanted to correct. So let me bring up Sarah real quick. All right. So when we go to their traits, there's something else you can do. So let's say she had the alluring trait. If I just start typing it in, it'll bring it up so you don't have to scroll. So I'm gonna add that here and then I could just exit off if I want to delete it. Another thing when you're making your custom traits, you can just type the word in like I just did. So let's say if she was, let's say she's romance obsessed. That's not a trait, but I'm just gonna type it and then I hit enter. So now it's up here. Now you still will have to kind of scroll down here to take off that color if you don't like it, and just click those three dots and then make it default. I don't think I grabbed the right one. Yeah, click the three dots, click default, and then now that is white. So that is what you would do if you need to add in any traits or custom aspirations, you would do that. And I'm just going to delete this one by Xing it off. All right. Sarah paid taxes when we last played her. So I haven't created her household yet. So I'm gonna go back here. And then we can go and create a household. So I'm gonna click here. So this is something else I forgot. You can actually click here for the new page. You can click here or here. For either section, you can click the new button up here or here. So if you click the new button up here, it'll bring up a new household, and you just do that there. And then let's say, let me look at the spreadsheet. So this was her first round, but rotation 2. So we'll say rotation 2, first round, and that's just, we started the second rotation playing her first. And then so the city is Willow Creek. The members, we have everybody here now. So I'm gonna click Sarah is right there. And then no pets, the income, days play. We played her Sunday through Wednesday. And then so when we go back and play Sarah again, I'll just change that to because we'll flip it. That's how I do it when I play to Thursday and Saturday when I play her next. But this just helps you keep track of what days you played them last. Let's go here and add the backslash image. This cute picture of her, I love it. So I'm gonna add that here. I can add her home as well. And you can add the address or whatever as well. So now with taxes, so let me look to see what taxes we paid for her. Okay, so she made on Wednesday, she made from work $517. All right. And then on Thursdays, she made 1,652 simoleons. Sorry if I say dollars instead of simoleons. Same thing in my eyes. All right. And then you can see our total was 2,169 simoleons. And then 217 was how much taxes we paid. All right, so I do want to clarify how you would enter in the taxes. So we do have that it calculates here, but once you do that, before you enter anything here, if you just click on here, you'll just see Tanaka round 1 taxes, and that's it. So you're gonna have to go back to the main page, and then go here under resident. You'll click here till you get to resident taxes. And then you're going to make a new page. So that is going to be Kelly round 1 taxes. But you would leave the tax payment blank. The household, we'll pick new household now. I forgot to name it, but it'll fix later. And then the city, you would do that. So it appears for you to select when you go back to that page. So now if I go back to her household, and let me change this to Kelly. Okay. So now we can choose Kelly round 1 taxes. We linked that on the other page, so that is here now. But we can put what the payment is, and the payment for her, I think it was $217. So we'll just add that here. So her taxes here are $217. Up here that was $217. If we go back to the main page, if we scroll down to our resident taxes, it'll say Kelly round 1 taxes. So you want to make sure you do that. All right, so let's say I'm playing her again for the second round. I'm gonna make a new page. Call it Kelly round 2 taxes. And then the household is Kelly. Our city is Willow Creek. So then if I click back on her, we make changes down here. She made way more money this round. Let's say she made 10,000. Whoops. She made 10,000 simoleons. So she owes 1,217 simoleons in taxes. If we click here on round 2 taxes, you'll see that it has her round 1 and round 2 taxes. So you'll see how much she paid each round for taxes. You'll just click here, put the tax payment of $1,217 simoleons. So then if we go back here, you'll see that is there. So this is what you would need to do, just so you keep track of their taxes each round, and then it saves that data as well to their household. So hopefully that clarifies that. All right, so we have almost everybody set up. So I'll add Lucas real quick too. So just click up here for new. We'll do a new household. His last name is Olson. We are actually playing him next, so this is perfect. So we're on rotation 2. Round 1. So I'm really excited to play with Lucas next. He's kind of fun to play with. He's a little out there. All right. So days played. So I am gonna play him Sunday through Wednesday. All right. Household biography. I don't have. We can add his featured picture. That's his featured photo. And then I have a picture of his house as well. And then here's his house. It's the second rotation for him. So we haven't had to pay taxes yet. So I'll show you guys when we play his round, how I do taxes here for him, so you guys can see that there as well. Oh, and let me show you what I have unlocked as well. So let's go to careers unlocked. I think I've only unlocked the business owner career. So here is the business owner career that's unlocked. So I want to definitely check that because that is already unlocked. And then let's go to utilities and services unlocked. Because I've unlocked quite a bit here. I've unlocked electricity, water, garbage, cable TV, internet, cell phone. I've unlocked that. And then banking has also been unlocked. So that's all we have unlocked there. If we go to playable sims and townies, I have unlocked interacting with townies, so I'm going to click that here. And then I want to update the stats section as well. So we have 4 player-owned businesses. We have 1 government business. We have 7 playable sims, including the baby. I'm including the baby. We have 4 households. We have a total of 5 businesses, including the community-owned business. And so we can add a cast sim for every business. So we've added 1 cast sim so far. And then how many sims do we have open? So that would be 3 because we have 5 businesses. One of them's a community. We have 4 cast sim slots open. We don't have any burglaries. We don't have any fires. We haven't unlocked any worlds. We haven't had a level 5 business yet. I'm not gonna add anything right now to my wish lists for community and business lots yet. But yeah, so this is completely updated. All of our town information is updated so we can have better accounting now. All of our sim info is updated with their taxes, with their info. So yeah. All right, guys, so I did not create this Notion template from scratch. I wanted to give a shout out to BACC that I actually commissioned this Notion template from, and then I made some adjustments to it for the challenge, but I just wanted to give her a huge shout out. Go show her some love on Tumblr or YouTube, guys. She is a great content creator, and I couldn't have done this without her. Give you guys this, so I just wanted to thank her for her help. All right, guys, let me know what you think of this Notion tracker, this new Notion tracker in the comments below. Are you running over to my Patreon to download it? It is going to be free for everybody on Patreon, guys. But I did commission this. So if you want to show your girl a little love and throw me a tip or a membership over there, I appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait for you guys to use this to help your rotational gameplay and help you enjoy the BACC challenge. I love this challenge. It's so much fun. And I will continue to make adjustments to this as I see fit. Even going over this, of course, I know some things I need to update, so I'll do that before I post it live. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Next video we'll be playing with Lucas, back to some gameplay. And I'll be using this Notion tracker here. I'll probably just use this exclusively unless the spreadsheet lovers want to see me use both, then I can use both. But otherwise I'll probably just use this. All right, guys, and don't forget to make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button if you like this video, if you're glad I finally gave you guys the Notion tracker you've been asking for. Make sure you do that. Until next time, bye.